My name is Matt, aka RoadJedi88. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comments, questions suggested down below. This will be Ultimate Doom. Welcome, my name is Matt, aka RoadJedi88. We're getting into Ultimate Doom. Knee deep in the dead, Toxin Refinery. So if you're wanting to work on your chainsaw achievement, you can do it a little bit here if you want. I don't recommend the whole place, but if you have nice little walls you can hug up against as the enemies walk in, you can easily flank them with the chainsaw. Pinkies, that pink thing, and the Spectre, where you see the graphic distortion happening, same formation, it holds the same form as a pinky. They only charge at you. They don't shoot anything, so they're among some of the easiest you can actually run the chainsaw on. Now the guys with that fire stuff at you, it kind of helps to have the jump on them, but you don't necessarily have to. The imps probably might be a little bit easier than the shotgun zombies, just because the shotgun, if they do pot a shot at you before you reach them from up front, you're gonna feel that shotgun blast. The pistol won't hurt near as much, but with the imps, you can dodge their fireballs. So as you're seeing, I'm picking up items around the area. I haven't exactly been pointing them out verbally, but at the top left corner of the screen, it does indicate when I've been picking up an item, and you can probably see where they are as I've come across them. But once in a while, I kind of take a back step into one approach. So you probably don't quite have a screen view of me grabbing one, but other than it flagging that I did up at the top left corner. Now this window right here, I recommend kind of taking the room from left to right, because once those enemies get from underneath the window, they're a little bit harder to shoot and they can hit you. So don't just stand at that window. If they're just below that window, move back, because they're gonna hit you and you cannot hit them. You need them to back away from the window. It is possible to shoot every single one of them in that first attempt when opening the window, but you got to be going from left to right and be quick about it. A chain gun is probably a little more effective than a shotgun. So we're coming up here. We got 2 secrets up in this area, and this whole area itself is kind of a secret too, but we got 2 particular secrets. You see, after a while, that chainsaw, when you're doing it too much, especially wide out in the opening, you start kind of paying the price for it a little. There are 3 imps down there. You want that supercharge for your health? Run up those steps. The very middle step is the step that triggers this window seal to drop. It also drops the another window seal in that room, but we don't have to go back to that step to drop the other one. After we come through down here, there's like 4 or 5 health items and 4 armor items. But when you come back up and the window seal drops, the other one drops too. So you don't have to go back to that middle step. Just come up in here, run the room, grab your rocket launcher. This is a secret area, and this button right here is a button that triggers a bridge up in the toxin pool at the front of the level. That takes us to our secret exit to the bonus level, or the secret level. But we're not ready for that just yet. Be sure to try to grab everything you can. You can check back at this window once in a while, because those guys will try to move away from the window. You come down here. Now, when we go to do Speedrun, we're gonna want to avoid all that extra stuff I just did. We're gonna want to run straight to back here when we do the speed run. We're gonna want to run from the starting point all the way to the very back of this side, and then once we have our blue key card that's in the very back of this side of the map, we're gonna want to run the complete opposite side of the map. we'll have to take a look to see what the time score is. But yeah, they want us to run the marathon across from one end to one end of the map and then all the way to the other end of the map, starting in the middle of the map. So that's gonna be fun. I've done speedrun going into the secret level. I've never actually tried doing speedrun from to go from level 3 to level 4, not without God mode on. But I'm gonna give it a shot without the God mode. There's a lot of guys on ultra-violence that we're gonna have to blast through. Another reason why I wanted to grab that shotgun, I really would have liked to have had a chain gun. And from what I do read online, if you want to do the cheat code, give me everything, the IDKFA, you can, from my understanding, they claim that you can get away with speedrun sequentially with that in play. So, if you want to try that, you can. I'm going to test it myself, see if I can do it without having to have a chain gun or God mode on. I'm down for the challenge. It's a computer station I'm more nervous about. That mission, I'm probably the most nervous about that mission. So it's this exit over here that we're gonna want to run to for the speed run. This exit takes us to mission 4, whereas the secret mission or the secret exit that I'm gonna have us go through, as far as in the regular for the normal walkthrough, takes us to a different mission, but categorically it's listed as mission 9, not mission 4. And that speedrun challenge says ultraviolence sequentially. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the way up, all the way through the whole entire episode without ever going to the bonus level. So we're basically skipping the bonus level in that challenge. To come up here, don't immediately grab the blue armor, or wait until you killed all the guys that are outside. That should be the last of all the enemies you got to kill. Now grab the blue armor and the invulnerability orb. It's got you looking like one of the specters. We're gonna head towards the secret exit now, which is back here, where we cleaned up all the guys from the window and then from the front door or back wall approach. I don't know how they got clustered in there with no door. Probably from here. But yeah, I took a look at my scoreboard on the map and saw that I was missing an item, so I kind of had to do a little backtracking. And it happens. It happens. Sometimes there's a dead body sitting on an item that you might have, that just was covering it up, you couldn't see it, or it's in a dark area that you don't have night vision for. So you're just gonna have to retrace your steps a little bit if you know where the items are. We come around here, come up the top of this elevator lift, and I actually found it behind that shotgun, so I missed it when I came in through that wall earlier, after we got a rocket launcher. Alright, so let's go to the end. Let's go over to the secret mission from this point, from this version. Go ahead and exit, and we actually accomplished a challenge when you kept the 200% health and 200% armor. The reason why I said hold on, don't grab that armor until the end. And if you're taking good care of your health throughout the course of the mission, You should have come out with 200% health, 200% armor. That was an achievement right there. Over-prepared. We now have that achievement completed. So let's step over into military base, the next level, or the secret level, and save. And then let's go back so we can do speed run. But we're not going to speed run into the secret level. We're going to speed run into mission 4. So okay, so I'm having to revamp, change up my approach to the speedrun part, because as I move forward with mission 3 and mission 4, I was getting killed. Go look at the achievement and read it closely. It says not without or basically without dying. Okay? So when you're doing the speedrun, and if you're doing the campaign with the speedrun back to back the way I'm doing it in my videos, if you're following it the same way I am, you got to make sure you don't die in the campaign part as well, or the the walkthrough, the you know what I mean, the 100% ultraviolence playthrough with the for the kills, items, and secrets for that aspect as well. You got to make sure you don't die in there as well, because otherwise you'll have to go back to mission 1. You start running by mission 3. You start running into hordes, and even with a shotgun, a chain gun would be more effective. So I will provide cheat codes, and I'm going to show myself from mission 3 on to mission 8 of Knee Deep in the Dead, running it through with God mode and Give Me Everything. Now, just because I put in the code for Give Me Everything, that includes giving me the keys to the doors. I'm still gonna, for those who are gonna want to try to still pursue this without the Give Me Everything code, for anyone who doesn't want to do that, in respect to you guys, I'm going to go ahead and show the path, the speedrun path, that includes finding the keys before going through those doors, out of respect to you guys. Because when you do the Give Me Everything, well, you get the keys too. You can run your speedrun even quicker running through the doors without ever having to go up and get the keys. So, but for those of y'all, and even more so for any of y'all that want to try to attempt it without the God mode even, or without any cheat codes, my hat's off to y'all. And I'm probably going to try to reattempt it myself later, because I've never actually tried playing it through ultraviolence without the God mode, and trying to run the speed runs like that. And then I'm finding out for the first time, and after over 30 years of playing this game, just how challenging that is. Geez, no, we game for 30 years, you learn something new, right? But anyways, I'm all for that challenge too. But for the sake of getting through this walkthrough playlist, I am going to be running God mode for myself, and in respect to anyone who might actually have just as much struggle as I was, probably even more problems as me, probably struggling more than me at it, because I was able to make it up to mission 4, but I was still getting killed even at mission 4 and having to go back to mission 1. For any players who feel like that it might be a real problem for you, you don't want to have to go through that, you can actually get that achievement with God mode on and with Give Me Everything. So I'm going to provide that to y'all, and I'm going to run it myself too. So anyways, the codes are, for God mode, it is IDDQD. IDDQD for God mode. That is it. This is if you have to type it into a keyboard system. Now the Xbox and the PlayStation may not have this, but the Switch and the computers do. And the app download did not also. But for Give Me Everything, or Give All, it is IDKFA. IDKFA. moving forward. So as you saw, I busted out of the room to the left. We're going all the way to the back here. We're gonna shoot. If you did the give me everything, you can have the chain gun and just blast everyone out of your way. I didn't mind jumping down in this pit so I could hit the switch that's down in the toxin pit to raise it up. That way, when I'm running back across after grabbing the blue key, and we need the blue key card. We need the blue key card for anyone who's not making use of the key card part of the give me everything. You're gonna need that. We have to run back to the starting point, and then past that, we are not going to the secret level. We are going to level 4, which is all the way on the complete opposite end of the map from where we found the blue key. We basically just made like a U shape. We come in here and hit that switch. That is the part-time for Toxin Refinery per the achievement. Now you can still do the speed run for to get to the bonus level, and I might come back around after I've run through the achievement parts of episode 1, Knee Deep in the Dead. Because I'm gonna have to avoid doing speed run also for military base anyways, just so we don't screw up our sequential order to the Untouchable achievement, because the next video is gonna be military base, but it's gonna have to just be the walkthrough, not the speed run. So when I get done with Phobos Anomaly mission 8, I'll come back to this mission and I will run the speed run that goes to military base, and then I will run the speed run for military base, since I'm gonna have to avoid that in our walkthrough, in our general walkthrough that's involving the achievements here. So with that said, that is the speed run. Next, I'm gonna move on to the rage room. Now, rage room, remember, you probably already have it on if you've been saving along the way, but if you need a reload, like your GIBS, IDKFA, if you're just starting it from scratch, IDDQD for God mode, and just wake everybody up in the house. This is not meant for serious scoring. This is not meant for speedrun. This is not meant for anything serious. This is just screwing around. Again, as I've mentioned in the last 2 videos, Rage Room is what I call it, Rage Room. It's just a way to let loose pent-up energy, a redirector for anyone, you know, he's trying to exercise and practice maybe sober recovery or anger management or whatever, or just simply for recreational amusement, whatever your reasoning is. Just wake everyone up. If you fall in the toxin pit, get stuck, there is a cheat code called IDCLIP. IDCLIP. Put it in, and it is no clipping. You can walk through walls. You can walk through enemies. You can walk through pillars. And then if you type it in again, or put it in again, now you have clipping. You can't walk through walls. It's another way you can also cheat your way through the house and wake everyone up if you wanted to do that. For example, like this window, if you didn't want to open the window but still wanted to wake everyone up in there, you can just run the IDCLIP, no clipping, and just jump through that wall. Wake everyone up in there. You can come up in here, just wake everybody up, let them have a fight with each other, let them have their brawl. We'll join in a minute. Right now we just need everybody awake and rowdy. So, I'm gonna come in here. I turned on IDCLIP so I didn't have to go dealing with that middle step that triggers it. And unlike with the first mission where you could have a zombie trigger it for you, this one doesn't work that way. So, short of being roadblocked on the way over down here, I ran the no clipping. You could also do it through that window if you wanted to. You could also shoot rockets through this window. It's a prize zone. So, whatever you want to do. This is not meant to be taken serious. This is just a side recreational redirector, whatever. What the heck ever. You know, you can kind of do the same thing with Halo also. My wife and I will go to some of those Horde mode deals with the Master Chief Collection. And I just getting a spree of killing off grunts. We'll set on the birthday party mode and have a birthday party with those grunts. You know? We're only human. Sometimes we gotta get that pin-up energy out, and you know we don't want to end up hurting ourselves or somebody we care about. So this is just a little side thing, nothing serious. But I am gonna go through and I'll show what each episode looks like when you go rage room approach. You know in comparison to the first mission, it's starting to get a little more rowdy, huh? Imagine going even further in the game. And open up some more cheat possibilities so you can navigate through a little bit more, because it's not meant to be taken serious. Now, there are certain weaponry I'm avoiding right now, like the chainsaw, the plasma rifle, and the BFG, just because some people might want to see me be able to show how to get the achievements that are involving with those in a more legitimate fashion. So, out of respect to them, I'm going to wait until I've had those achievements before I ever run a rage room utilizing them. The chainsaw, the plasma rifle, or the BFG. But anything else, I mean, we've already got our chain gun achievement and our shotgun achievement. We don't have the super shotgun achievement, but that's not going to happen until Doom 2 anyways. So, if you end up in a dark area and you're doing this mode and you can't find the night vision and you're just bumping into walls and you're not good at navigating with driving through the map, like with the map on, put in IDBEHOLDL. IDBEHOLDL. That is your night vision. IDBEHOLDL. That's for the night vision. If you ever need to flip that on, flip that off. Because there's going to be a couple levels where you end up in rooms that are just pitch black dark. So, if you ever need that little extra night light, you know. These guys come straight out of hell able to see through the dark, so why not? Yeah, my sound quality in the edit is sketchy. But hey, word on my capture card, just around the corner. The beauty of paychecks. And Mouse already being satisfied with enough food. I mean, I know those capture cards weren't like expensive or anything. It's just a matter of getting around to it. But it is actually around the corner. It's in the plan. The wife and I have talked it over. Should be hopefully within the next week or two. I'm thinking in the next week. So once that happens and I get it figured out, my edits should be smoother than this. And I'm looking forward to it. I used to build my own computers, but I let myself get a little outdated on that. Just keep, once everyone's woken up, and then you just run through and put them back to sleep. Excuse me. So, once you've killed everyone off, it's up to you whether you want to go to level 4 or to the bonus level. From what I'm seeing, going over to the secret level while we're still doing the speedrun, as long as we're not actually under the part-time, my understanding, as long as we're not doing it for the part-time reasoning, we should still be able to run to the military base and not mess up our speedrun achievement. We just need to not do speedrun in military base, if I'm reading that correctly. So, that was Toxin Refinery for 100% completion, ultraviolence, as well as speedrun, as well as Toxin Refinery. And that's just speedrun from the starter level to the mission 4 exit. I will get the speed run later for from the starter level to the secret level, and it is a different route. It's not going to be the same route as what we did to get to mission 4. So when we get done with Phobos Anomaly, I will run it, because we're going to want the speed run for military base as well. So with that, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comments, questions, suggestions down below, and thank you for following.